Hey everybody, it's Mountain Mike, out on the mountain. Thanks for joining in, check and see what's going on today. Today I'm going to do a little project. Because of my last video I did a little firewood gathering, and one of my commenters suggested that I needed to make a guide to set the length of my firewood logs without having to use my stick. Now, I've always just kind of used a stick to measure my lengths. I've got this, it's a stick of beaver chewed up, and I just painted it orange. But anything to save my back, I guarantee you I'll be better off in the long run. So my viewer used to gather firewood for a living, and his suggestion is something that's been on my mind for a while, and I thought there's no time like the present. So let's go ahead and make a little guide and see if this works. Alright, so I just happened to have just purchased this piece of all thread, and I'm going to have to go back and buy some more because the store didn't have all the pieces that I needed. So I think this will make a fine guide, and we can do it real quick. I have this little magnet, so I've already drilled it out 1/4 inch to accept the all thread. So this is going to be a real easy project. Let's just get after it. Alright, so the first thing is we got this hole in the bottom of the magnet here, and our nuts, they don't fit in there. So I'm going to have to take a grinder and make this where it's going to fit in there. So we'll do that first. Alright, got that done quick. So I believe that's going to work. Alright, that's not quite flush, so I'm going to take a file and straighten that up. Alright, so that's all sitting nice flush and pretty now. So we're going to add our top nut, our magnet, and our bottom retainer. So I'm going to stick this in the vise so I can tighten it down good. Vibration of the saw may work it loose, but for now we're going to just try it out. So that's step one, looking good. So I dug in my scrap bucket and I got a little piece of aluminum screen door trim, I believe, but it's lightweight and that's what I need. So I'm going to make a guide out of this. We're going to go ahead and saw this up and drill a hole in it, just like that. So now I've got my guide piece cut to length with a hole in it, and the length is purely inconsequential. So my stick is 18 inches long. I'm going to cut this about 19 and a half. That'll give me plenty of adjustment. 19 and a half. Now, because this is all thread, I'm going to go ahead and put a nut on there below where I'm going to cut off, and that way when I've got it cut in two, I can go ahead and pull this nut back off and straighten the threads back out. We're going to take this to 18. So then we're going to take our guide piece that we made. Let's see how it's going to work. I don't know if the vibration is going to be too much for this idea or not. So the commenter that gave me the idea to do this video said his was mounted to the case. So I say we go try this thing. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Maybe it would be better to put it on the case, but I think like this I can just mark the wood and then take it off and cut the wood. That's my idea. We'll see. Okay, so I had to go put some jam nuts on this. I'm letting this spin freely. I think this is going to work. Definitely need a better magnet. You touch anything, it just falls off. But if you had a really strong magnet, It's not flopping around, vibrating like I thought it would. It's not doing that. And otherwise, it's working pretty good. So now I've got the jam nuts on it. Let's give it a try again. Alright, there you have it. I gotta say, if the magnet was a lot stronger, this would work pretty dang good. It's got its flaws. This isn't a perfect system by any means, but I can see where attaching it to your case of your saw might work better instead of your bar like this magnet does. But all in all, I gotta say it works pretty well. The idea is pretty basic, and it definitely saves you some steps and a little bit in your back. And that's the whole point, is to save you a few steps and to save your back. So I really appreciate the viewer that commented suggesting that I make something like this. And you know, it's something that I pondered for quite a while. I just haven't tackled it, and I'm glad I did it. This may not be the end-all be-all of what I do in the long run, but it's a good start. So gives you the idea of what to do. Well, I'm Mountain Mike, out on the mountain. Till next time.